This is a message to all business owners and shopkeepers who feel their livelihood is threatened by lockdowns. Do you feel there is something wrong with the COVID-19 agenda, the non-stop propaganda fear-mongering? 3 days before most of the world went into lockdown, COVID-19 was downgraded to less than a common cold. So why did almost every government in the world start attacking every business owner? If you think there is a deadly virus out there and you are hiding behind your sofa, we probably can't help you at this stage. All we can do is send you to start researching the truth. And the best place we have found is eyeswideopen.live. So again, if you think your government is right destroying the economy, you can switch this message off now. For those of you who want to stay in business, we ask, would you survive repeated lockdowns? Are the masks and antisocial distancing measures having a negative impact on your business? If we could show you a way how you could lawfully tell the government that you are staying open, as is your right, would you want to know how? Have you spent years building your business only to have the government destroy it? The most important question you need to answer to yourself is this: should the government keep closing you down and you can see no way forward but to close permanently? Are you A, going to take it without question and simply walk off into the sunset? Or B, put up a fight if you knew there was a lawful way of doing so? There is a lawful way you can keep your business open and resist this needless destruction of the economy. Very few people know that there is something called common law or constitutional law. Almost nobody knows that most of the authoritarian rules we live under are called admiralty law. Common law is superior to admiralty law. Admiralty law is used in what we know as the court system. And to make it more confusing, the people working in the courts switch between admiralty law and something called Roman law, Talmudic law, and Babylonian law. They all have their own language, collectively known as legalese. And when they put all this on paper, the text they write is collectively known as Dog Latin, which when spoken is not understandable to most people. And that's on purpose, which is why when judges, barristers, and the lawyers speak in courts, I should say admiralty courts, we the people don't understand half of what they say. So what does this mean in relation to lawfully keeping your business open? In 2 key stages between 800 and 1,500 years ago, most of the world was tricked into thinking admiralty law was all there was. Common law, or the law of the land, is superior. Bear with me while I explain how this affects your business. At birth, we are born free living men and women. We inherit this earth, and we have no contracts or agreements with any other living person. How could we possibly sign a contract as newborn babies? As incredible as what I'm going to say next is, simple research will prove it's true. When our parents register a birth certificate, the fraud of identity theft is committed upon us all. Incredibly, a company is formed in our name, and even more incredibly, that birth certificate is sent to the Vatican, regardless of your religion. And the sea trading families in Venice calculate how much money and tax you will earn and pay on average in your lifetime, and start trading your company name without your knowledge. This process is known under common law as unlawful conversion. All this, as incredible as it sounds, is verifiable fact. Your government is actually a company and a service corporation, and the police force they use to impose their fraud is also a company and service corporation. These companies have zero authority over you. In fact, they have zero authority over living men and women. Why I said earlier that there were 2 key stages about 1800 and 1,500 years ago in this deception was that 2 people, Justinian and Accursius, wrote into admiralty law that birth certificate names, particularly the surname, was to be written in capital letters, which is typical dog Latin, and by bizarre fraud, that the registering of a birth certificate surname in capital letters gave consent by the newborn baby to follow everything this Admiralty law said. This effectively sold every living man or woman with a birth certificate into slavery and is a deliberate fraud and an undeniable fact. Governments and their police forces are actually service corporations and they are companies, and as such, they operate exclusively under Admiralty law, and they know they have no authority over living free men and women. Therefore, if they want to get us to do something, they have to create a contract with another company because they cannot touch a living man or woman. So they have to trick us, getting us to accept that this fiction, this fraudulent company created at our birth, is known of and accepted by us. One example is when a police officer tries to arrest someone. They can only arrest another company. So they ask you your name, and when you give it, a corporate verbal contract is formed. That's called a joinder. And when they go to arrest you, they say, "Do you understand?" which is a trick question because they are asking for your submission and agreement that you stand under their authority. When you say yes, you have given up your common law rights. All this is Admiralty law deception. Most police officers don't even know what they are doing, but they do know they have to get a name to create the joinder and use the word understand in their procedure. All this is lawful fraud. The good news is common law is superior to the Admiralty law of police forces and governments. The first thing to learn is that they have no authority over you that you don't willingly give them. You are born completely free to do as you wish, and common law defends you in this inalienable right, as long as you are causing no harm, no loss, or no injury. The only thing that binds us to anything is our consent or a signed contract. As COVID-19 was downgraded to nothing more than flu on March the 19th, 2020, you are operating under common law by keeping your business open. We can teach you how to lawfully keep your business open. We don't guarantee the police and the pretend authorities won't try to intimidate you, and you may have to be strong in the face of their unlawful bullying. But we believe that if you were weak, you wouldn't have started a business in the first place, and we hope that you have the courage to stand strong. Should you decide to place your business under common law and separate yourself from their fraudulent Admiralty law, we promise to stand by you side by side. You will be breaking no laws. In fact, it is the government, the police and public officials who need to worry. For after they have been informed of their actual common law responsibilities, it is they that may face charges of malfeasance in public office, or even in some cases, treason. So be assured, the common or constitutional law is definitely on your side if all you are trying to do is keep your business open and provide food and shelter for you and your family, as is your God-given right. Get back to the person who sent you this message and we can explain more. Remember, you don't have to sit and watch your business be destroyed. The law says you can stay open. Thanks for listening.